Hello there, good morning. Um, I have been intrigued to the questions about the suffering and negativity is necessary all the time to a spiritual awakening of an individual in order to find God within themselves. So that is a questions. I agree with that. It's indeed necessary because in order to find the light, so you need to go in the dark. It is necessary indeed. However, we are not going to be scared in the dark because this is how our lights really shines as a warrior. However, we are not the one who are going to decide what is right for an individual or judge them if they were not spiritually awakened, because this is an individual process and we have no rights to tell to the individual if they do not meet God within themselves, especially when we already witness about how the individual suffered because of that spiritual awakening within themselves. I still believe in the law of karma because the law of karma states is what you are projected against the universe itself. It will project back to you, especially when that individual is already highly awakened and already in alignment of their higher self and in their self that they already in line or emerge to the creator itself. We cannot injure that individual or touch that chosen one since they have already been suffered, and it is very dangerous to touch to a chosen one to project or what is good for them. Okay, we are just only a spiritual teacher to teach them, to catalyze them in order to find the greatest, to be the best version of themselves, to be the greatest of themselves. Okay, however, um one day I will be a spiritual teacher. I might be teaching a little bit softer of spiritual teaching for my people because I don't want to 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 make this individual or to make my students suffer that much like what I did from 10 years of suffering. I cannot do that because I don't want everybody which is in line of my teaching be like to myself, because not often that individual can survive it. Our ancestors, maybe our ancestor doesn't survive with a lot of suffering because of embarking spirituality. However, we indeed understand that there is a lot of injustices in this world. And we cannot just feed all the time the injustices, especially the parasitic people and parasitic vampires that feeds only the existence of the individual and deprive the likes and desires of the individual. This is not our world. Our world is to find light and happiness within ourselves and to repath that individual in his own or her own pathways of how they are going to receive again lights in times of their suffering. Okay, spirituality is a personal journey. We are just only spiritual teachers. Give the door to an individual and alarm them what is the things that should be happen embarking in that journey. However, if we are being solved, we can teach our people to meditate and find solitude within themselves, not just only suffering and negativity. Because negativity and suffering corrupt the individual, and that might turn them into monster. Okay, so as a spiritual teachers, I guess we have no rights to dictate to an individual. That is their personal journey. Okay, we are outside from themselves and we are inside in ourselves. As spiritual teacher, we decide what we want to receive in this world. The same way, if we have empathy, what the others want or what this individual wants to receive within themselves, we have no choice to tell to the individual you have to suffer first before you are going to be as a spiritual succession. Of course not. Okay, this is not the ways. The very main reason that spiritual teachers is there is to see as individual become a spiritual successor, and we have no decisions in our ways to test them because it's their personal life, it's their personal decisions, it's a personal embarkation from the divine. Okay, so I hope I make sense because I am concerned only to the energetic vampires that only feed the existence of an individual until that individual lost its path and become something else rather than preserving their empathy and love and compassions, and there is still hope that is light within themselves that can manifest what they really want in this world, not just only suffering and injustices, because there is a lot of people who are really feed into their own desire to project energy vampires against this innocent targeted individuals or those people who are embarking spiritual journey. Okay, so it's not only suffering. There's a lot of ways. Have a nice day.